Assalamu alaikum everyone. How are you all? I hope you all are doing well. And in this video, I'll be talking about class 9th computer science chapter number 1. I'm your computer instructor and I make videos about computer science, O levels, Matric and other stuffs. So don't forget to check my other videos. Right, so let's start with chapter number 1. So here I have designed a test which is total marks is 30 and you have 60 minutes time. And in the first portion we have 4 objectives and you have to that cutting and overwriting, filling 2 or more bubbles are not allowed. So you can fill the bubbles in front of that question with marker or pen ink. यानी आपको properly you have to be very careful when you are filling the bubbles, right? अगर आपसे कुछ भी mistake हो जाती है तो आपको उसका 0 mark मिलेगा. So then first question is blank means to test, blank means to test if the required solution is there. Point A, verification, B, algorithm, C, validation, or D, flowchart. So we know that validation means to test if the solution is according to given problem. In validation, we are going to test that if this solution is according to the given problem. And in the verification phase, we are checking whether the solution is giving the required results or not. So where the requirement of the solution is checked, so the correct answer is verification, right? So the correct answer is verification. Point A. Question number 2. Blank is a graphical representation of an algorithm. Part A, matrix. B, graph. C, flowchart. D, solution. So it's pretty much clear that the graphical representation of an algorithm is called flowchart. So the point C is the correct answer. Now 3. Which symbol in the flowchart is used to either start or end the flowchart? So we know that there are some symbols which we use to test our, which we use to design our flowcharts. So there is some symbol which is used to start and end. So they are asking the name of that symbol. So point A, terminal, B, flow line, C, input, D, process. So the correct answer is terminal. Terminal, which is look like an all shape. Flow line just tell the flow. Input is the another symbol. For the process, there is another symbol. Question number 4. Which solutions are not reached through proper algorithms or work planning? Part A, prepared solution. B, candid solution. C, strategized solution. D, best solution. So we already know that there is a candid solution which is not pre-planned and which is reached through proper algorithm or work planning. It is not reached proper algorithm or something like we are not going to plan something beforehand. Next we have a subjective portion, and in the subjective portion we are going to solve short questions. And for solving the short questions we have 5 short questions. So the first question is difference between algorithm and flowchart. So it's very simple. Algorithm is basically a set of rules used for solving a problem, right? These are set of the rules used for solving a problem. And algorithm takes some input, process it, and then give us some results. On the other hand, flowchart is the graphical representation of that algorithm, right? Flowchart is the graphical representation of an algorithm. First, we are going to develop an algorithm, which is going to be some set of rules used for solving a problem. And in algorithm, we used input, output symbols, something to process, and then it's going to give results. And in the flowchart, we use different shapes to define and to process the data. And question number 2, difference between verification and validation. We have already talked about verification and validation, but let me clear this thing again. Validation means to test if the solution is according to given problem, that whatever the problem we have decided, is this solution according to that problem? And verification means whether the solution is giving the required result or not. यानी वेरिफिकेशन में हम चेक करते हैं कि क्या हमने जो एक्सपेक्ट किया था वो उसके अकॉर्डिंग रिजल्ट्स आ रहे हैं या नहीं आ रहे हैं. एंड इन द वैलिडेशन फेज वी जस्ट चेक कि क्या ये हमने जो गिवन प्रॉब्लम थी हमारे पास उसके ही लिए सोल्यूशन डिज़ाइन किया था, तो क्या उसके अकॉर्डिंग हुआ है, राइट. लाइक इसके एग्जांपल ऐसे देख रहे हैं, वैलिडेशन में आपने कोई पिज़्ज़ा ऑर्डर किया है, यू आर जस्ट चेकिंग दैट कि क्या वो पिज़्ज़ा ही है, कोई बर्गर तो नहीं है. एंड इन द वेरिफिकेशन फेज यू आर चेकिंग दैट कि जिस टाइप का पिज़्ज़ा आपने, लाइक अगर आपने कोई फजीता ऑर्डर किया है तो क्या वो फजीता है या कोई और कैटेगरी का पिज़्ज़ा है. इट्स अ पिज़्ज़ा बट इट इज इट अकॉर्डिंग टू योर टेस्ट और नॉट. सो दैट्स वेरिफिकेशन. चेकिंग इज इट पिज़्ज़ा और नॉट, दैट्स वैलिडेशन. आई होप अब चीज़ें क्लियर हैं काफ़ी. सो द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज डिफाइन प्रॉब्लम. So problem is actually a matter or situation needs to be dealt with and overcome, right? A problem can be anything, and it is just a matter or a situation that needs to be dealt and that needs to be solved. That's called problem. Write down advantages of flowcharts. So flowcharts are easy to manage, easy to create, difficult to modify, and two advantages are done, that it's easy to create and easy to manage, right? But there is a disadvantages, that it's difficult to modify. Draw a flowchart to whether a given number is odd or even. So I hope you can do this thing, otherwise you can watch my other video. Next part is long question. So we have two long question. In question number 3 we have A and B part. Define how we can determine the requirements of flowchart and how flowchart symbols, and explain flowchart symbols. So for determining the requirements of the flowchart, we are pretty much clear that we have three things: input, processing, decision making and output. Input में हम लोग कुछ inputs को, there will be some input, taking data from a user and then processing that data, making some calculation, making some arithmetic and logical functions, and then storing data somewhere, and then decision making होती है, and then there will be some output. And flowchart symbols, I hope it's pretty much clear. There are 6 symbol: flow line, terminal, process, decision, input, output, and connectors. It's mentioned in your book, page number 8. Then B part is write an algorithm to convert Celsius to Fahrenheit temperature and vice versa. Please consult from your book. Question number 4. Write down any 4 strategies to plan a solution for any problem. So in the chapter number 1, that was our first topic, we have studied that planning a solution. Right, so there are 4 strategies they have discussed: divide and conquer, guess, check and improve, act it out, and prototype. In divide and conquer, we divide complex problem into smaller problem and then we deal those problems. In guess, check and improve, we guess a solution to a problem, then we check the correctness of the solution, and if that solution is not according to the expectations, then we actually redefine the solution. The refinement is an actually iterative process. Act it out. It's a third strategy, and it is used by the designer to define the list of to-do tasks, and then they perform the task according to the list. And then last but not the least, prototype. This technique is actually very helpful because it's draw a pictorial representation of the solution. It is not the final solution, however, it's actually helping a designer to understand the important components of the solution. right? So these are 4 strategies we programmer and developers use to develop a solution. Then B part is draw a flowchart to determine the larger one out of the given unequal number. So I hope it's pretty much clear to you. If you have any confusion, do let me know in the comment section box, then I will help you to make a flow charts of all these questions. Otherwise, I hope that you can do this thing, right? So that's all for today. In the next video, I'll be talking about chapter number 2. So stay tuned. Take care.